Let's take a moment now and look at the process of transferring funds with your online banking account. Now, there are two different types of transfers that you can do. If we come to the left-hand side toolbar, there's regular transfers, which would constitute a transfer from one of your accounts into another one of your accounts. And then there are cross-account transfers, which would be a transfer from one of your accounts into another Scenic Falls credit union account, per se, maybe another family member's account or a friend's account. But before we get into this, there's something we need to talk about first, and that would be Federal Regulation D. And Regulation D simply states that financial institutions are prohibited from allowing their members to make more than 6 electronic transactions out of a non-transaction account in any given month. So when we speak of a non-transaction account, basically what we're saying, that would be an account such as a savings account, a club account like a holiday club account or a health savings account, even a money market account. Those are all considered non-transaction accounts. They're established for the purpose of saving funds. A transaction account then would be a draft account, your checking account, an account that continually has drafts flowing out of it, debits flowing out of it, and you continually have funds flowing into it. So that would be a transaction account. So if you want to transfer funds, let's say to make a loan payment, or you'd like to transfer funds to someone else's account, as long as it's coming from a checking account or a transaction account, you can make unlimited electronic transactions and transfers online monthly. But if you're transferring funds from a savings account, then the government says, you know what, we need to treat it like a savings account, and you are allowed to make 6 transactions or transfers per month or less, 6 or less. So as you're going through and using online banking, transferring funds, if you ever receive a message stating that you've met that threshold, it's your 7th transaction, you're not allowed to do it, you can always call our call center, or visit one of our offices, and the transfer can be done that way. But that's the purpose for that. It's a federal regulation, and it's really something that's outside of our control. So with that in mind, let's take a look at how simple the process is to actually transfer funds. Let's begin with regular transfers. So we click on the Transfer tab here on the left-hand toolbar, and it'll take us to the account transfer screen. Now, as always, a brief description and steps are provided here on the right-hand side. So basically what we want to do is we want to transfer funds from one of our accounts to another one of our accounts. So let's say our regular share account, we would like to transfer funds to our checking account, which has a balance of $0 in it right now. So we will transfer $35. We'll go ahead and enter that. You can enter a description if you'd like for your own notes. Let's say for pet supplies, click transfer, and you will receive a prompt box which asks if you want this transfer to take place. Click yes, and the account transfer completed successfully. You can print this form out for your records if you would like. It's going to show which account the transfer came from, which account it went to, what amount, the date, and so on. We'll click finish, and we have just performed a transfer from one of our Scenic Falls accounts to another one. Now, if you would like to do a transfer from one of your accounts, a cross-account transfer to, say, a friend's account at the credit union, let's take a look at that process. We're going to click on the transfer button. Again, the steps are going to be listed here on the right-hand side. It's going to be coming from your account, and you need to type in at that point the account you would like to transfer to. So let's go ahead and enter another person's account. You will need to know the password to do a cross-account transfer, and this password will have to be set up in advance for either type of transfer, and the best way to do that would be to call a member service rep at our call center and speak with them about that, and they do it all the time. They'll be more than happy to set up the passwords and make sure that you're ready to go with cross-account transfers. We'll enter the password. Click Next. Let's enter the amount we would like to transfer. Say $10. Click Transfer. And again, transfer is completed successfully. Print this record for your own records, or just make note of it. The information's all here. Click Finish. And that is the process of transferring a cross-account transfer from one of your accounts to someone else's account. You can see the balances, check them, see that the funds did come out, and it's that simple. That is the